Hello and welcome to another video. After shooting my previous video, I was waiting for some uploads and downloads, and I decided to shoot more video footage about those mini discs getting ready for eBay, and this is the result. So I thought I'd get these sorted out. So the plan is for these is to sell them in small batches. They're all very similar, but they're not exactly the same. Sell them in small batches, small enough that I can send them in a parcel or a what we call in the UK as a large letter. Let me adjust the camera. There we go. So this is a plastic template you can get off of eBay, and in England if you send a small letter, which is like a DL size, it must fit through this flap, and so long as it's less than 100 grams it goes at a set cost, a set stamp. You put a stamp on it or a label on it and it goes as a set cost. So that's for a small letter, so it can be no bigger than that and no thicker than that. It has to slot in that way, so that is the same as that. Now if you've got a large letter, a larger letter than that, it can be the size of this whole template and no thicker than that slot there. So I'm going to reuse, hopefully, an eBay envelope, and so long as it's folded up, so long as it's no thicker than that, it will go as a large letter. So up to a certain price, up to a certain weight, it goes for a certain price, and those ones I can put straight into the post box, which is just up the road from us, and keeps the cost down. So if I'm only selling 5 mini discs, the postage cost to the buyer is going to be quite low. But so I don't know whether they're all going to fit, so I'm going to try that now. So if I'm selling them in 5s, I've got to make sure they don't get damaged on the way. But so what I plan to do, I could actually sell 6, couldn't I? So I put 4 in there, wrap them in bubble wrap inside there, and this is a sturdy cardboard envelope, and that envelope can then go as a large letter depending on the weight. So I've got my scales here, I've got to add a bit on for the bubble wrap. You see that, and this all works out in grams. So if I send that large letter and it's 280 grams, let me just stop recording, I'll find out the cost of that. There we go. It might be a bit difficult to see. In fact, I can't see it now because I can't see it past the camera phone. So Royal Mail, second class, second line down, delivery aim 3 days, up to £20 compensation if it gets lost, £2.15, so that's not too bad. So I can sell 6 mini discs for £2.15, but I don't know what the weight is for that, so I'll have to look that up. But anyway, what I'll aim to do, I don't think I'll be able to do, I could do 10 I suppose in a pack that size, and that will still probably come under the same postage. So to give people on eBay the best value, I'll get to, I think, somewhere close to the maximum weight for that postage cost, and then sell them in batches of maybe 10 or 5. In any case, what I'll probably do is, for the first one, I might do another video, or I might tack it on at the end of this video for what exactly I've done, how many's going up on whatever. Now my eBay page, there's a link in the description for that. But what I'll probably do is put it up on the Patreon feed a bit earlier. Let's adjust the camera. So if you are paying for my, paying towards me making these videos, then you'll get early notice of when they go up on eBay. So if you want to snap them up before before everybody else finds them, then you're welcome to do that. So what I want to do is batch these up. I've got quite a few of these. They're all the TDK ND RXGs, and this particular little batch is all 74 minutes, but they are slightly different. As you can see there, some of them have, hold them, there we go. Some of them have this white shutter, white erase protect shutter, I suppose. Some of them have this sort of greeny blue colour one. So let's pull those out. So what I want to do is sell them as exactly the same. So each one in the batch will be the same. Obviously this one hasn't got a label on it, but the rest of them have. So let's set that one aside for a minute. They all appear to be the same at the front. So let's have a look between that one and that one, which are two different ones. So they've got a different erase protect lug, different colour erase protect lug. But let's have a look and see if we can see any difference in the actual discs themselves. So this ribbing is the same. The moulding mark there appears to be the same. I'm going to take these labels off. That's the same. That appears the same. This shutter, a close look at the shutter. That looks to be the same, doesn't it? Can't see those. They do look identical. Compare the backs. That's just a moulding mark there. Well, are they slightly different colours there? Let me have a look. No, they're the same. So they do appear exactly the same, apart from this erase protect lug. So if you made a disc and you want to prevent it from being overwritten or deleted, you just slide that across. You slide it back again when you want to be able to record onto it or make any like track title adjustments or anything like that. So essentially they're the same. So what I might do is set these ones aside. I'll leave that out of the case. So these ones, I've already got 3 of these and I'll sell them in a bigger batch. So I'll set those aside. But before I do that, I just want to have a look at the inlay cards, I suppose they're called. I don't really know. So they all look the same because I want to sell them in the right cases. You know how fanatical I am about cases. That one hasn't got any. So that one's got it written on, so I'll have to search out the ones where they're written on. But some of them have what appears to be a different inlay card on them. So let's have a look at that. I think, are these the slide up case ones? Oh no, these are the fold up case ones. Oh, I think that's the only difference. They're just backwards. This is really the origin of this channel. The whole point of me doing the channel was to... I'd only just got into mini discs and they fascinate me and I do love them. These are quite plain, or you might call them professional or uniform, but they're not very fancy. They're not bright colours or anything. But the point what I was trying to do when I started this channel was look at mini discs and try and match them up with the right cases, and match them all up, pair them up, find out what they looked like when they were made, because someone put a lot of thought into the design of these, which you don't get with a phone now. I mean, you get a phone and it's usually black on the back and glass on the front. It might be glass on the back and a different camera arrangement, but basically it's a black case with a glass screen, and it's not very interesting. Cassettes were different again, you know, lots of different cassettes you could get. So the difference between these is just which way round the card is put in there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep these 3 with the funny blue green ones, because I've got some more of these somewhere to sell as well. And I'm just going to, having established that these cards are all the same, I'm just going to pair them all up and see how many I've got to go in each batch. Well, it's the next day. I couldn't get all 10 of these in a large size letter cardboard envelope, so I've had to pack them up in this small sturdy box. I might as well sell all 10 at the same price. The listing's already gone live on eBay and there'll be a link to it down in the description box, unless it's already sold, in which case it will say now sold. Thanks very much, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.